this is Toni, and you know what? I was just about to go out to Dollar Tree, to Walmart to get some nice floral picks to make a beautiful fall Christmas wreath. And I remember that after years of making wreaths and floral arrangements, I actually have a ton of flowers. I have berries, I have Christmas flowers, I have sprays, just all kinds of things in those tubs. I even have Christmas bulbs and garland also. I also have floral foam, and I have some wire wreaths, and I just have a lot of stuff left over. So what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to do some inventory shopping here at home, and I'm going to come up with some nice things, figure out how to put it together, and I should be able to make 2 beautiful wreaths for my double door. Today I'm showing you how I made this gorgeous Rosy Christmas wreath. Not 1 but 2 of them, absolutely free, using dollar picks and supplies I had already here at home. To make my Rosy wreath, from my supplies I found 2 hard foam floral rings. I originally got these from Dollar Tree. From my stash I also found assorted color roses, lavender and wildflowers, blossom and branches and sprays, succulents, Christmas ornaments, and I pulled out nice spools of ribbon. The flowers and most of the ribbon came from Dollar Tree. Some of the ribbon came from Walmart. These picks I pulled out to use I'm sure came from Walmart, and you can find these for less than $1 each. Now this is a beautiful, very realistic 3-rose stem. When I got it from Walmart, and I think it was about $2. To put everything together, I'm using floral wire cutting scissors, utility wire, and the hot glue gun. Okay, so I'm going to start with these foam tubes that I got from Dollar Tree, and these are pretty small. I think it's about 9.5 inches, and this should fit on my double door, so this should be good. I have these already, and what I'm going to do is start with greenery, and I'm going to put a lot of greenery around the pieces, mostly the sprays around the edges. I'm just going to do one right now to see how it goes. So I'm pulling out all my green pieces. This is, most of these are from Walmart, these picks. And these were just 96 cents each pick, a pick. My double doors are pretty kind of narrow, so I want it to be maybe fuller at the top and the bottom, and then you know, shorter around the sides. But let's see if we could do something pretty. I saw a picture of a wreath that had flowers, roses, that I thought was really nice, and I think I want to make something that looks like that out of a Christmas wreath. But let's begin. I think I'll start with these sprays first. So I'm going to just cut pieces of this. Since this foam is pretty hard, I'm going to use something to poke holes in it, and then I'm going to put some hot glue in the hole and then stick my pieces in there. Okay, so I used about 2 sprays, and I have some long ones at the top and some long ones at the bottom. So next I think I'm going to use this whole piece with the pine cone and put one at the top and one at the bottom. But first I want to turn this over so that the sprays are more towards the back, and I'll have more room in the front to put stuff. So I'm just going to take this pick apart and put the pieces in individually. And at the bottom I'm putting it a little off to the side. Okay, next I cut little pieces of these green little bushy leaves, and I only have 1 stem like this, so I'm going to try to cover as much as I can mostly around the top, the bottom, and the sides. Now I do have a couple of these sparkly eucalyptic looking leaves, so I think I'm going to cover the rest of it with this. So I cut the leaf up into pieces, poking little holes with hot glue, and I'm going to just place this all around the ring in layers. Okay, so I think next I'm going to place some of these blossoming branches around the outside edges, mostly around the sides, so that the sides will have some sprays too, but not as long. Okay, so I have all the green pieces, base pieces. I think this will be a good base. It's got some sprays in the back and some greenery in the front. And now I can put down my my flowers. I'm going to use some roses and some lavender and different color flowers, and then sprinkle in some sparkly things for Christmas. So let's do that. Now I think I'm going to start with these lavender pieces around the edges. Okay, so I have some dark lavender and some light lavender, and I have these little pretty wildflowers. I think I got these from Walmart or Michael's. I don't think I got these from Dollar Tree, but the lavender is from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to evenly distribute these pieces around the wreath. And as you can see, for each of these picks, I cut individual stems so that I can place the pieces where I want them. And I want the lavender to be more towards the outside edges. I'm poking holes where I need to and adding hot glue. And I'm also breaking up the little wildflowers. I'm going to place those more towards the center. Okay, so I have my lavender on now and some little wildflowers, and it's adding a little color. So now it's time to add some flowers, some roses. This is beautiful rose I got from Walmart a while back. I got a few of these. So I'm going to use this. It looks really realistic. This stem was actually $2. Not too bad. But all the other pieces were $1 or less than $1. But I think I'm going to use this. I also have some Dollar Tree roses. I might use some of those. But let's put the roses in and see what they look like. I only had 2 of these stems, so I'm going to use one for each, and I'm cutting the pieces apart so that I could distribute them evenly around, and also I'm gluing the leaves separately so that you can see them. Now that is so very pretty with just 3 different size roses. But the wreath that I really loved was filled with roses, different sizes. So I'm going to use my different colored Dollar Tree roses to make this more full and rich like the one that I like. Now to make these roses look more realistic, I want them to be smaller. I want them to be more like closed buds. So I'm going to put some hot glue on the inside petals and just squeeze them together and close them so that they're more like closed bud roses. Some of them I'm even cutting some of the outside petals and really squeezing those in tight to make them small little buds. And I think it helps to give those Dollar Tree flowers a more realistic look with those different size buds. So I added a few pink. I'm going to do the same with purple roses and a few white roses. Now, in addition to my roses, I want to add some of these succulents. I picked these up at Dollar Tree a while back, and I think they'll add a little texture and make the wreath a little more interesting. So I'll only put 2 of these on my wreath to add a little something to my roses. Speaking of texture, look what I just found, these little blue gum balls. I know it's a lot, but I have to add these. I'll just tuck these around the edges. Now I know this wreath has a lot already, but I want to add a few more sparkly things, just sprinkle them in to make it look a little more Christmassy. And just a few more finishing touches of flowers. Okay, so look at this. It's very pretty. I love it. It's filled with flowers. It's so full. So I don't think I'm going to add any bulbs to this because I have too many things already, and I just love the floral rich look of it with the textures and the succulent and everything. It's got a lot of stuff on it. So what I think I'm going to do is, instead of putting Christmas bulbs in the piece, I have these bells I found and some bulbs, and I think I'm just going to hang them from the bottom of the wreath with this beautiful pink ribbon. I'm going to make a big bow with this ribbon and hang some bells from it. And that'll be it. So let's do that right now. Okay, so I'm just going to make a bow using ribbon and wire. I'm going to cut a long piece of ribbon and fold it in half. I'm also going to cut a long piece of wire. Then about 3 inches down, I'm going to wrap the wire around the ribbon to make a nice big bow loop. With the other 2 pieces that are hanging, I'm going to make 2 more loops. And then I'm going to twist tie the wire around the bottom of those 3 bows to tie them all together. On the rest of the wire, I'm going to attach some silver bells and some little jingle bells. So I'll use the rest of that wire to wrap around the wreath to attach the bow. I also decided to add this sheer blush ribbon to just tie in with the other light colored roses. And after looking at the bells at the bottom, I did decide I do need a couple little bulbs on here just to tie in a little silver. So I'm going to put just a couple around the outside of this piece. Well, I think we are all done. Got my bow and some bells. To say Christmas, I added a couple of bulbs. And it's mostly rosy and beautiful and lush. So I think this is about all I can put on it. So it's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to hang this on the door, but first I have to make another one just like it because I have double doors. And of course I had enough material to make a second wreath. And I was able to hang both of them outside on my double doors. And they look absolutely gorgeous. Especially at night lit up next to my giant crystal ornaments. So I'm really happy I was able to get that super rosy look in my new Christmas wreath. It just goes to show you what beautiful things you can make with leftovers. See you next time. Hey guys, check out my Etsy store where you can get some of the very projects made on this show. And for just a few dollars, you can get instant digital downloads of full color step-by-step instructions with templates for some of your favorite projects. And check out my Amazon page where you can pick up my multi-surface acrylic metallic paint. Back in stock with 8 beautiful shimmering colors. You can mix millions of colors and create endless home beauty. for indoor and outdoor projects. And while you're there, pick up my Book of Elegant Home Crafts Volume 1 with all your favorite projects together in one big, beautiful, colored, step-by-step instruction book. On my Amazon page, you'll see all my favorite crafting tools and supplies used on this show, and you can add them all to your cart for the one-click, fast and easy shopping and delivery convenience of Amazon. I'll be working every day to make crafting fun and easy for you. Follow me at Your House of Home and Your House of Home TV on all social media for extra home, food, and gardening tips.